Story 5, I said, I will make you a water. Real English waiter. Mistake, beginner.
It was my first week as a waiter. I had been living in the United States for 4 months. I needed money. A friend told me about a restaurant near the university that was hiring. I went. I got the job. The manager said my English was good enough. I was happy. I was ready. I put on my uniform, a clean black shirt, a small notepad in my pocket, and I began. The first 2 hours went well. I took orders, I brought food, I smiled. I said, of course, and right away, and enjoy your meal. I felt confident. Then a man at table 7 put down his menu and looked up at me. Could I get some water, please? Simple. I knew this. Water. Table 7. Right away. I smiled at him with full confidence, wrote a small note and said, of course, sir, I will make you a water right away. The man lowered his menu slowly. He looked at the empty table in front of him. Then he looked back at me. You will make me a water? I nodded. Yes, absolutely. I would make him a water. Right away. No problem at all. He blinked, then said very carefully, how? I did not know how to answer that question. After my shift, my colleague Sophia pulled me into the corridor and explained everything. In this lesson, you will learn why make you a water is so strange in English, what the correct phrase is, and how to use bring, get, and make correctly every single time. Repeat this sentence with me. I think I used the wrong verb. Good, let's begin. Part 1. Context. My name is Paulo. I came to Chicago from Brazil to study business. Back home, I had studied English at school for 6 years. I could read a newspaper in English. I could write a formal email. I could follow a film without subtitles most of the time. But working English, the fast, practical, real-life language of a busy restaurant, that was something completely different. Repeat. Working English is different from school English. Good. School English teaches you vocabulary lists and grammar rules. Working English teaches you what to say when a customer is waiting, and you have 10 seconds to respond. My manager at the restaurant was patient. She showed me the menu. She showed me how to use the ordering system. She told me the basic phrases. Are you ready to order? Can I take your drink order? I'll be right with you. Enjoy your meal. I practiced these at home in the mirror. I felt prepared. What she did not cover, what nobody had covered, was the verb make. In Portuguese, we use one verb for many things that English separates into different verbs. In Portuguese, I can make something for someone, bring something for someone, prepare something for someone. And sometimes it is the same verb in different contexts. When the man at table 7 asked for water, my brain translated quickly and automatically, and the wrong verb came out. Repeat. My brain translated automatically. Good. This is what happens when we are nervous and speaking fast. We translate from our own language, and sometimes the translation is almost right, but not quite. Part 2. The mistake. Let's look at exactly why I will make you a water is so strange in English. The verb make in English means to create something, to produce something, to build something from ingredients or materials. I make a cake. I take flour, eggs, butter, and I create something. I make a chair. I take wooden tools, and I build something. I make a phone call. I use a phone and create a conversation. In every case, make involves creation. Something that did not exist before now exists because of your action. Repeat. Make means to create something. Good. Now, water. Water already exists. It is in a glass. It is in a tap. It is in a bottle. Nobody makes water in a restaurant. A waiter does not go to the kitchen and produce water from nothing. A waiter brings water. A waiter gets water. A waiter fetches water. So when I said, I will make you a water, I was telling the customer that I was going to create his water, produce it, build it somehow, and that is why he asked, how? It is a funny question. But it is also a completely logical question. If someone tells you they will make you a water, you would naturally wonder how. Now, there is one more problem with make water. This is an old-fashioned English phrase that does exist in some books and old texts, and it means something biological, something that happens in a bathroom. It is not used this way in modern English, but it exists. And so, I will make you a water has an old, strange, slightly uncomfortable sound to it. The correct verb is not make. The correct verb is bring or get. Repeat. The correct verb is bring or get. Good. Part 3. The correct phrases. Let's learn the correct phrases. These are the exact words a waiter uses in a real English-speaking restaurant. I'll bring you some water right away. This is the most natural and most common. Bring means to carry something from one place to another, toward the person you are speaking to. Repeat. I'll bring you some water right away. Good. Right away means immediately, without waiting. This is very common in service English. I'll get you some water. Slightly more casual, but completely natural. Get here means to go and obtain something and bring it back. Repeat. I'll get you some water. Good. I'll grab you some water. Even more casual. Grab in informal English means to go quickly and get something. You can use this with friendly, relaxed customers. Repeat. I'll grab you some water. Of course, still or sparkling. In many restaurants, the waiter will ask this follow-up question. Still water has no bubbles. Sparkling water has bubbles, like a soft drink without flavor. Repeat. Still or sparkling? Good. This one small question makes you sound very professional. I'll be right with you. If you are busy and cannot help immediately, this is the correct phrase. It means, I know you need help. I am coming very soon. Repeat. I'll be right with you. If this lesson is helping you, subscribe now, because next week we have another real story, another real mistake, and 10 new phrases you will remember for the rest of your life. Part 4. Make versus bring versus get versus fetch. Now let's understand the system behind this mistake. Once you understand it, you will never confuse these verbs again. Make. To create something that did not exist before. I make breakfast. I cook it from ingredients. I make a plan. I create it in my mind. I make a mistake. I produce an error. I make a reservation. I create a booking. Repeat. Make, create something new. Bring, to carry something toward someone. I'll bring you the menu. I will carry it to your table. She brought me flowers. She carried them to me. Can you bring a friend? Can you carry or escort a friend with you? Repeat. Bring, carry something toward a person. Get, to go and obtain something, then bring it. I'll get you a chair. I will go find one and bring it back. Can you get me some napkins? Go and obtain them and bring them here. I'll get the bill. I will go and obtain the bill and bring it to you. Repeat. Get, to go, obtain, and bring back. Fetch. To go and get something and bring it back. Slightly formal or British. Could you fetch a doctor? Please go and bring a doctor here. I'll fetch your coat. I will go and get your coat and bring it to you. Repeat. Fetch or go and bring back. So in a restaurant, you make a reservation before you arrive. You bring the menu to the table. You get the customer a drink. You never make a customer water. Repeat. Make a reservation. Bring the menu. Get the drink. Part 5. Restaurant and Service English. Now let's learn the real English phrases every waiter and every customer uses in a restaurant. Are you ready to order? The waiter's question when the customer has had time to look at the menu. Repeat. Are you ready to order? Can I take your order? A slightly more direct version. Both are correct and common. Repeat. Can I take your order? What can I get for you? Casual and warm. Very common in American restaurants. Repeat. What can I get for you today? I'll have the... How a customer orders. I'll have means my choice is. Repeat. I'll have the pasta, please. Could I get? How a customer makes a request. Polite and very natural. Repeat. Could I get a glass of water, please? Enjoy your meal. What the waiter says when placing food on the table. Repeat. Enjoy your meal. Is everything okay with your meal? The waiter checks after a few minutes. A sign of good service. Repeat. Is everything okay with your meal? Can I get you anything else? Near the end of the meal, offering more food, drinks, or dessert. Repeat. Can I get you anything else? I'll bring the bill right away. When the customer is ready to pay. Bill in British English. Check in American English. Repeat. I'll bring the bill right away. I'll bring the check right away. Part 6. Story Resolution, Sophia. My colleague, who explained everything after the shift, became one of my best friends at that job. She was from Mexico. She had been working at the restaurant for 2 years. She had made all the mistakes before me. The wrong verbs, the wrong tenses, the confused customers. You are going to be fine, she told me. Just remember, you bring things, you get things, you never make things. Unless it is food. I laughed. She was right. The next evening, a woman at table 3 asked for water. I smiled. I said, clearly, carefully, confidently, "Of course. I'll bring you some water right away." "Still or sparkling?" She said. "Still, please. Thank you." I walked to the kitchen. I brought the water. I placed it on the table. She smiled. No confusion, no questions. No one asked how. That is what one correct verb can do. Repeat. One correct verb makes all the difference. Vocabulary review. Make to create something that did not exist before. Use for meals, plans, reservations, mistakes, phone calls. Repeat. I made a reservation for 2. Bring. To carry something toward a person. Use in restaurants. Bring the menu, bring the water, bring the bill. Repeat. I'll bring you some water right away. Get key. To go and obtain something and bring it back. Repeat. I'll get you some water. Right away. Immediately, without waiting. Very common in service English. Repeat. I'll be right with you. Still or sparkling. Still water has no bubbles. Sparkling water has bubbles. Repeat. Still or sparkling. Are you ready to order? The waiter's question when the customer is ready. Repeat. Are you ready to order? I'll have the... How a customer orders from the menu. Repeat. I'll have the pasta, please. Could I get... A polite way for a customer to make a request. Repeat. Could I get a glass of water, please? Is everything okay with your meal? A service check after food is served. Repeat. Is everything okay with your meal? Can I get you anything else? An offer of more food, drinks, or dessert near the end. Repeat. Can I get you anything else? Closing. Paulo did not make the same mistake twice. Neither will you. Because now you understand the system. Make, bring, get, fetch. Each one has its own world, its own meaning, its own place. In a restaurant, you bring things and you get things. You create reservations and you make mistakes. But you never, ever make someone a waiter. Real English is full of small distinctions like this. One verb instead of another. One word instead of another. These small choices are what make the difference between being understood and being confusing. And every time you learn one of these distinctions, you become a little more fluent, a little more natural, a little more confident. Repeat one final time. Small choices make a big difference. Excellent. Subscribe for next Wednesday. because someone is about to send an email to their entire company, and one missing letter is going to change everything. See you then.